This video is about the single mom drove to the beachfront cafe and a millionaire offered his help. If this story touches your heart, please mention where you are watching from in the comments. Please like the video and share your thoughts in comments. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over the beach like a comforting embrace. As Mia parked her battered but trusty hatchback in the lot of the beachfront cafe, she took a deep breath, inhaling the salty air mixed with a faint aroma of coffee and pastries. It was a rare escape from her hectic life as a single mother to her 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Mia stepped out, adjusting her messy bun and taking a moment to smooth down her faded sundress, surprised at how worn she looked. She had spent the morning wrangling Lily, dressing her, feeding her, then negotiating her way through a toddler meltdown over a mismatched pair of flip-flops. As she walked toward the cafe, the familiar sounds of laughter and the gentle crashing of waves soothed her frazzled nerves. Inside, the bustling atmosphere was a welcome distraction. Families and couples filled the tables, their chatter mixing with the clinks of cutlery. Mia spotted a small corner table by the window, offering a view of the ocean and a place for Lily to cuddle while she savored her long-awaited coffee. "Mommy, can I have a donut?" Lily's wide blue eyes sparkled with excitement as she clutched her coloring book. "Just one, sweetie," Mia replied, ruffling Lily's hair and grateful for the fleeting moments of joy her daughter provided. They settled at the table, and Mia took a moment to observe this scene, her heart swelling with love and a hint of longing. As she scanned the room, her gaze landed on a tall figure at the counter. The man was impeccably dressed in a crisp white shirt rolled up at the sleeves and dark tailored pants that hugged his athletic frame. He was laughing, his deep voice carrying through the air. Mia felt an unexpected flutter in her stomach, but quickly pushed it aside. "Mommy, can we go to the beach after this?" Lily asked, her voice breaking through Mia's reverie. "Of course, sweetheart. Just let me get us some treats first," she replied, standing up to head toward the counter. As she approached, the man turned, and their eyes locked for a brief moment. There was something electric about his gaze, a mixture of warmth and intensity that made Mia's breath catch. She quickly averted her eyes, feeling an unfamiliar mixture of shyness and intrigue. "2 donuts, please," she said to the barista, focusing on her order to avoid the distraction of a handsome stranger. "Make that 3, came a smooth voice from beside her. Mia turned to see the man who had captured her attention. He offered a charming smile that revealed a hint of mischief. "I couldn't help but overhear. It's always better to have an extra donut, especially when sharing with a little one." Yes, I suppose you're right," Mia stammered, feeling a blush creep onto her cheeks. "I am Mia, by the way." "Jordan," he replied, extending his hand. His grip was firm, and she felt a jolt of awareness at the contact. "Nice to meet you." They exchanged small talk as the barista prepared their orders. Mia learned Jordan was new to the area, having recently moved in for his work in tech. He spoke with a confidence that intrigued her, but Mia couldn't shake the feeling of inadequacy that crept in. What would a man like him want with a single mom? "So, do you come here often?" Jordan asked, amusement dancing in his eyes. "Not as much as I'd like," Mia admitted, glancing back at Lily, who was now engrossed in her coloring. "Life gets busy, you know." "Busy is an understatement for me too," he said, leaning against the counter, his demeanor relaxed. "But I believe in making time for the things that matter." Mia couldn't help but feel the warmth of his gaze. "Yes, that is true. I suppose I am still trying to figure out how to balance everything." The barista placed their donuts on the counter, and Mia grabbed them, turning to say goodbye to Jordan. But he stepped closer, his voice lowering slightly. "If you ever need help managing that balance, I'd be happy to lend a hand. I know the pressures of single parenting can be overwhelming." Mia's heart raced at his words, partly out of gratitude, partly from an inexplicable connection. "Thank you, but I am okay. I appreciate the offer." Jordan's smile faltered slightly, but he quickly masked it with a charming grin. "Fair enough, just know the offer stands." As Mia walked back to her table, she felt a mix of confusion and attraction. There was something about Jordan. He was different from the men she had encountered since her divorce. Mia tried to focus on Lily, who was now attempting to create a masterpiece with her crayons, but the conversation with Jordan lingered in her mind. "Mommy, can we go to the beach now?" Lily's voice broke through her thoughts. "Yes, let us go," Mia replied, eager to escape her own swirling emotions. They made their way outside, the sun now dipping closer to the horizon, painting the sky in vivid oranges and pinks. As they reached the beach, Lily squealed in delight, running toward the waves. Mia watched her daughter with a smile, her heart filled with love but also a familiar ache of loneliness. She missed companionship and the simple joys of sharing a life with someone. Out of the corner of her eye, she caught sight of Jordan, who had made his way outside a few moments behind them. He was speaking to a group of friends, but his gaze flickered back to Mia and Lily. Their eyes met again, and for a brief moment, the world around them faded. "Mommy," Lily called, splashing in the shallows. "Come play with me." Mia laughed, shaking her head at her daughter's exuberance. She stepped closer to the water's edge, allowing the waves to lap at her feet. It felt good, refreshing, and in this moment she forgot about everything else. "Looks like she is having the time of her life," Jordan said, approaching cautiously, a smile on his face. "She always does at the beach," Mia replied, feeling warmth spread through her. "What about you? Do you have kids?" "No, not yet," he said, and there was a moment of silence as they both processed the weight of those words. "But have you thought about it? I just haven't met the right person." Mia felt a flutter of something, hope or fear, she wasn't too sure. "It is not easy," she said softly, looking down at the sand. "Especially when you're trying to raise them alone." Jordan stepped a little closer, tilting his head to catch her gaze. "I admire that about you. Being a single parent takes strength and resilience. It is admirable." Mia felt a blush creep up her neck. "Thank you, but I just do what I have to for her." "You are doing a great job." His voice was sincere, and a wave of warmth washed over her. She had grown so accustomed to self-doubt and the constant worries of being a single mom that his words felt like a balm. "Do you want to join us? I mean, if you don't have plans," Mia offered hesitantly, surprised at her own boldness. A flicker of surprise crossed Jordan's face before he smiled. "I do love that. Let me just grab a towel from my car." Mia nodded, her heart racing as he jogged back toward the caf. She turned to Lily, who was too busy chasing waves to notice the brief exchange. But Mia couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted, something exciting yet terrifying. Moments later, Jordan returned, towel slung over his shoulder, his smile infectious. "All right, what is the plan?" "Just enjoying the beach before the sun sets," Mia replied, feeling a lightness in her chest that she hadn't experienced in a long time. "Lily loves the water." "Then let us make sure she has the best time," he said, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm as he moved closer to join them. As they waded into the cool water, laughter erupted between them, the tension of their earlier conversation dissipating. The water splashed around them, and for the first time in years, Mia felt an exhilarating sense of possibility. The sun began its descent, a fiery ball of orange and gold, stretching shadows across the sand as Mia, Jordan, and Lily splashed in the shallows. The waves rolled in rhythm, crashing and retreating like a gentle lullaby. Mia felt alive, her laughter mingling with the sounds of the ocean, each wave washing away the worries she had clung to. "Look at me, Mummy." Lily squealed, her small body tumbling backward as a wave caught her off guard. She erupted into giggles, the sound pure and unfiltered, and for a moment Mia felt as though her heart could soar. "Careful, water princess." Mia called, her voice full of warmth as she moved closer to offer her daughter a steady hand. Jordan stood beside her, his smile wide, eyes twinkling with delight at the sight. "You are quite the little mermaid, aren't you?" he teased, his tone light as he crouched down to Lily's level. "What is your secret?" Lily beamed up at him, her sun-kissed cheeks flushed with excitement. "Magic." "Magic, I should be known?" Jordan replied, adopting a tone of mock seriousness as if they were discussing the most important topic in the world. Mia watched, both enchanted and slightly envious. There was an ease to Jordan that pulled her in, like the ocean's tide. But just as she felt herself leaning into the moment, a flicker of doubt crept into her mind. What did Jordan really think of her? Did he see her as just a fun distraction, or could he see the woman beneath the single mom facade? "Mommy, come play," Lily exclaimed again, tugging at Mia's hand. "Please do." Mia chuckled, reluctant but unable to resist her daughter's bright enthusiasm. All right, but only for a little while. I don't want to get too wet." Jordan stood, stretching to his full height, glancing at Mia with a playful challenge in his eyes. "Too wet sounds like a dare to me." Before Mia could respond, he was off, dashing into the waves as if they were old friends. They squealed, chasing after him, her laughter ringing out like music. Mia felt her heart flutter, a mixture of admiration and surprise. He was good with Lily. "Come on, Mummy," Lily called, splashing water in her direction. Mia hesitated, the cool water beckoning, but the weight of her responsibilities tugged at her. "I'll catch up," she shouted, needing a moment to collect herself. Jordan turned back, his gaze softening. You know, Mia, life is about enjoying these moments. You deserve to let go for a bit. His words hung in the air, and Mia felt the urge to step back. Maybe they were just words meant to charm, but she longed for something deeper, something real. I do love to, she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. But, he prompted gently, stepping closer, the distance between them narrowing, the setting sun painting them in soft hues. She paused, searching for the right words. I am not used to feeling carefree. It is hard when you've been responsible for everything. Jordan's expression shifted, a hint of understanding in his eyes. I get that, but you're not alone here, Mia. It is okay to enjoy yourself. I think Lily would love to see you join us. Mill looked at her daughter, who was now trying to splash her with water. Joy on Lily's face melted some of the barriers Mia had built around her heart. With a deep breath, she stepped forward, ready to embrace the moment. Okay, one splash, just one. Jordan's grin widened, and for a split second, they shared a look filled with promise. As Mia waded into the waves, the chill of the water sent a jolt through her, awakening sensations she had long buried. She let herself be playful, splashing water back at Lily and even Jordan, who expertly dodged her playful attacks. You've got some serious skills, he called, laughter in his voice. Years of practice. Mia shot back, her own laughter bubbling up, bright and free. The tension between them began to morph from an unanswered question into a vibrant connection charged with something alive and real. But as the sun dipped lower, casting elongated shadows, Mia couldn't ignore the little voice in her head. What would happen when the sun set and they returned to reality? Did Jordan's interest go further than mere amusement? With these thoughts swelling, the playful splashing came to a halt. Jordan stood chest deep in the water, his gaze fixed on her. You know, the real magic is how you embrace every moment with Lily. It is inspiring. Mia's heart raced, her cheeks warming under his gaze. Thank you, she replied, genuinely touched. I try my best. I can see that. He took a step closer, the waves brushing against his skin, droplets catching the fading light. But don't forget to let yourself be a little selfish sometimes, too. You deserve it. The intensity in his voice made her pulse quicken. Selfish, she echoed, caught between admiration and confusion. I am not sure how to be that anymore. You can start small, he said, his tone now softer, as if they were sharing a secret. Like joining me for a sunset walk after this, just the two of us. Mia's breath hitched. A walk, but Lily can build sandcastles. I promise I won't take you too far. His smile was disarming, as she felt the pull between them growing stronger. But what if she needs me? Jordan's eyes held hers, and for a moment, the world around them vanished. You'll always be there for her, but taking a moment for yourself doesn't make you a bad mom, it makes you a better one. Mia felt her resolve waver like the tide. I don't know. You just think about it. I'll be nearby, I promise, he said, sincerity etched in his features. The moment lingered, the silence filled with unspoken words as the sun dipped below the horizon. Lily's giggles echoed in the background, a reminder of their beautiful reality, but the chemistry between Mia and Jordan was undeniable, woven into the fabric of the warm night air. Okay, I'll think about it, she finally managed, her heart pounding as she stepped back, feeling the coolness of the water retreat beneath her. Good, he replied, his smile almost teasing. You'll see, it'll be worth it. As they rejoined Lily, who was meticulously crafting a sandcastle, Mia felt a strange mix of exhilaration and trepidation wash over her. Part of her wanted to flee, to hold on to the familiar, but another part ached for the thrill of the unknown. Jordan settled next to her, and together they cheered for Lily, who added the final touches to her sandy masterpiece. The conversation flowed easily, laughter punctuating the air as the stars began to peek out, one by one. But with each moment, Mia couldn't shake the feeling that she was teetering on the edge of something significant. Would she dare step forward into this new adventure, or would she retreat into her safe, predictable world? As the night deepened, Jordan leaned closer, their shoulders brushing. You know, he began, his voice slow, I have a feeling we could create even more memories together, if you let me. Mia caught his gaze, her heart racing at the thought of what lay in store. The air was thick with unspoken promises, and for the first time in a long while, she felt the spark of hope igniting within her. The stars twinkled against the vast canvas of darkening sky, casting a soft glow on the beach where Millionaire, Jordan, and Lily sat together. The rhythmic sound of waves crashing against the shore was the only thing breaking the stillness around them. Lily, engrossed in her sandcastle, occasionally glanced up at the two adults who sat close by. She could sense a spark between them, a magnetic pull that went beyond mere friendliness. "Are you guys going to be best friends?" she asked, her innocent voice cutting through the tension. Mia's heart raced, caught off guard by the question. She glanced sideways at Jordan, whose lips curved into a playful smile. "Best friends," he echoed, lifting an eyebrow at Mia, teasingly challenging her to respond. "Aye." Mia started but quickly composed herself. "We just met today, sweetheart. I think it is a bit early for best friends." She felt the weight of her words. They sounded defensive even to her own ears. Jordan chuckled softly. "What is wrong with moving quickly? Sometimes those are the best kinds of friendships." He leaned back, resting on his elbows, studying her with an intensity that made Mia's stomach flutter. Mia felt a flush creep up her cheeks. "I suppose," she replied, trying to maintain her composure. "But I have to think about Lily first." "Of course," Jordan nodded, his smile faltering slightly as he shifted his focus back to the little girl. "Besides, I am pretty sure I am not qualified to be a best friend to her yet. I can't even build a sandcastle. Mommy can help me." Lily chimed in, her eyes sparkling. "She is the best at it." Mia felt a swell of pride, but beneath it, doubt gnawed at her. Was she being too cautious? "Well, we can always combine our skills," Mia suggested. "How about a joint effort?" Jordan's eyes lit up. "I am in. I'll be the architect, and you two can do the decorating." He flashed a grin, and Mia felt her heart flutter again. "Deal?" As they began to gather sand, the air buzzed with a lightheartedness that felt liberating. The three of them worked together, crafting turrets and moats, laughter spilling freely into the night. It was a beautiful distraction from the worries that hovered in the back of Mia's mind, and she tried to immerse herself in the moment. Yet, as they sculpted the castle, Mia felt a nagging sense of responsibility creep back in. Was it foolish to entertain the idea of spending more time with Jordan? What did he really think of her? She stole glances at him as he leaned down to help Lily, his dark hair catching the moonlight, his laughter ringing like a melody. "Hey, Mia." Jordan's voice broke her thoughts, and she looked up, startled. "What do you think? Does this look like a castle fit for a princess?" "I think it has potential," she replied, her voice light, but something deep within her felt heavy. "Though it could use a few more decorations." "Then we're going to need more shells," he declared dramatically. "Shall we venture down the beach for supplies?" "Do you think we should?" Mia asked, feeling a rush of apprehension mixed with excitement. The idea of walking away from Lily, even for a short time, made her heart race. "What if she needs us?" "She is busy being the queen of the beach," Jordan said, glancing at Lily, whose face was lit with joy as she painted shells with wet sand. "We want to be gone long." Mia bit her lip, weighing the pros and cons. "Okay, but we stay close." Jordan nodded eagerly, leading the way down the shore. As they walked, the cool breeze wrapped around them, and for the first time in a long while, Mia felt a sense of liberation take hold. The waves crashed nearby, the moon illuminating their path and casting shimmering reflections on the water. "So, tell me about you," Jordan said, glancing sideways. "What do you do when you are not building sandcastles?" Mia chuckled, her heart warming to the moment. "Well, I am usually wrangling a very energetic 5-year-old, but I also love to paint. It is a great escape for me." "Painting, really?" His eyes sparkled with interest, and she felt the flicker of connection between them grow stronger. "What do you paint?" "Landscapes mostly," she replied. "Nature has a way of calming me. It is like I can breathe when I am outside, capturing the beauty around me." "I'd love to see your work," he said, his tone sincere. "Bet you're fantastic at it." Mia shrugged, feeling a mixture of pride and insecurity. "I dabble, but the reality is, it is harder to find time for that now." "Make time for it," he encouraged, his voice slow and earnest. "You deserve it. It's like you said earlier, you have to take care of yourself to take care of her." His words resonated within her, but a wave of hesitation washed over her. "It is just complicated," she admitted, her gaze dropping to the sand as they walked. "Being a single mom is a lot of responsibility. I don't always feel like I have the luxury to focus on myself." Jordan took a moment before responding. "I can imagine, but sometimes, by pushing yourself aside, you're limiting what you can share with her." Mia glanced sideways at him, struck by the depth of his insight. "How do you know so much about this?" He hesitated, his expression tightening slightly. "My parents were divorced when I was young. I watched my mom struggle to keep everything together. She was incredible, but I often wished she'd let loose a little more." "Though," Mia murmured, feeling a rush of empathy. "I am sorry to hear that, but it sounds like she did a great job." She did, and now it's my turn to create my own journey. I've focused a lot on my career, but I want to connect with people. I can understand that, Mia confessed. I used to be more adventurous before everything changed. Now I feel stuck sometimes. Jordan stopped walking, turning to face her fully. You're not stuck, Mia. You're just in a transition. You're figuring things out. Give yourself some grace. Mia met his gaze, his sincerity overwhelming her defenses. You make it sound easy, she said softly. It is not easy for anyone, but if you keep looking backward, you allow miss what is right in front of you. Their eyes locked for a moment, the air thick with unspoken words and emotions. The moment felt pregnant with possibility, and Mia's heart raced. Did she really want to step into this new chapter? Jordan's intensity was magnetic, and she felt both drawn to him and terrified of the leap. Do you believe in second chances? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I do, he replied, his expression earnest. But they require courage to open yourself up again, to embrace the unknown. Just then, Lily's joyful shout echoed from behind them. Look, Mommy, I made a tower. Mia turned, her heart swelling as she saw Lily beaming, gesturing excitedly to the castle. The moment dissipated the tension, reminding her of the reality she couldn't ignore. She had to tread carefully, her heart had been bruised before. Looks like how Princess needs her royal entourage, Jordan said, a charming smile returning to his face. Yes, she does, Mia replied, the warmth of the moment pulling her back into the present. Let us hurry back. As they turned to head back, Mia felt the weight of choice hanging in the air. The evening with Jordan had revealed the spark she hadn't felt in ages, but the road ahead was still murky. She could feel the uncharted territory looming, filled with the thrill of connection and the fear of vulnerability. Together, they made their way back to Lily, who was eagerly pointing out the details of her creation. As Mia joined in the joy, she couldn't help but shoot a glance at Jordan, who stood beside her, his gaze warm and encouraging. In that moment, amidst the laughter and the waves, Mia realized that perhaps taking a leap of faith didn't mean abandoning her responsibilities. It meant allowing herself to explore the connections waiting to be discovered while still holding her daughter close. As the three of them huddled around the sandcastle, laughter filling the air, Mia felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Maybe, just maybe, she could learn to embrace this new chapter, one step at a time. And perhaps, with Jordan by her side, the journey could be filled with adventure, laughter, and warmth, a far cry from the loneliness that had once defined her. As night settled in, Mia's heart whispered of possibilities, and for the first time in a long time, she felt ready to embrace whatever came next. Lily's laughter echoed against the backdrop of the night, a melody of pure joy that entwined itself with the gentle crash of waves. They gathered around the sandcastle, their creation illuminated by the soft glow of the moonlight. Mia felt the warmth of the moment wrap around her like a comforting blanket, but the flutter of uncertainty still danced in her stomach. Look at this, Mommy, it is a castle fit for princess. Lily exclaimed, her little finger smoothing the edges of the tower, her pride palpable. Mia crushed down, admiration shining in her eyes. It is beautiful, Lily, you've done such an amazing job. She exchanged a quick glance with Jordan, who stood close by, his grin wide as he admired their little girl's creation. That is quite the architectural marvel, he teased, leaning closer to inspect the details. I am impressed. Are you taking applications for apprentices, Your Highness? Yeah, you can help, Lily declared, pointing at Jordan with a serious expression. But first, we need to find more shells. Shells? Jordan echoed, feigning surprise, a twinkle in his eyes. I thought you were the queen of sandcastles, not a treasure hunter. Mia chuckled, her heart swelling at the ease between them. A queen has many titles, it seems. He leaned closer, his voice low. You know, she might just be the best queen on this beach, he said, locking eyes with Mia. The intensity of his gaze sent a rush of warmth through her. Are there any other kingdoms we could conquer? Mia asked, her smile playful, but the gravity of their earlier conversation lingered in the back of her mind. Did their connection extend beyond this magical evening? I think we can rule this beach for now, he replied, the teasing tone returning to mask the deeper thoughts that hung in the air. Lily danced in place, pulling at Mia's hand. Come on, Mommy, let us go find shells. Mia hesitated for a heartbeat torn between her daughter's eagerness and her own swelling emotions. All right, let us find some treasure, she said, letting go of her doubts for the moment. Lead the way, my little explorer. Trio ventured down the shore, the sand cool beneath their feet, the ocean's whisper wrapping around them like a warm embrace. The moon hung overhead, casting silvery light that shimmered on the water's surface. Do you have a favorite shell? Jordan asked as they walked, his gaze scanning the ground for treasures. Lily pondered, glancing up at Mia for help. I like the ones that are pretty and shiny, right, Money? Exactly, Mia agreed, a smile tugging at her lips. But I also love the ones that tell a story. Each one is different. They all have their own adventures. Jordan looked at her, intrigue dancing in his eyes. And what stories do your favorite shells tell? Let se, Mia began, feeling the warmth of his gaze. There is one I found when I traveled to an island with my parents. The ocean was so blue, and it reminded me of summer days filled with laughter. I want to go to an island one day, Lily declared, her eyes wide with dreams. Can we, Mommy? Maybe one day, sweetheart, Mia promised, feeling the weight of her responsibilities tugging at her. But the thought of sharing such experiences with her daughter, and possibly even with Jordan, did something inside her. Count me in, too, Jordan added, his tone playfully yet sincere. I'd love to be part of that adventure. Mia's heart skipped. Was he serious? Thought excited her but also caused a flicker of fear. Would this be just a fleeting moment, or could it lead to something more? They continued exploring, filling their arms with shells of all sizes and colors. Every few moments, Lily would dash ahead, holding a shell up triumphantly as if she'd discovered a hidden treasure. Look at this one, she called, her voice ringing with delight. It is so shiny. As Mia and Jordan approached, he leaned down, inspecting the shell with exaggerated seriousness. Oh, this is a rare find. You've got quite the eye, princess. Lily beamed, puffing out her chest. I know. Let us make sure to add it to our royal collection, Mia said, her heart swelling at the sight of Lily's exuberance. With their pockets filled with treasures, they returned to their spot by the sandcastle. The sight of it, standing tall against the backdrop of the night, felt like a symbol of their shared joy, a moment they would carry with them. Now for the finishing touches, Lily declared, spreading her arms wide as if she were conducting a grand orchestra. We need to decorate. Let us see what we can use, Jordan said, scanning the area. Those shells are perfect for adding flair to the castle. Mia felt a rush of gratitude for the moment, how Jordan effortlessly connected with Lily. As they began arranging shells along the castles, the air filled with their laughter, creating a warm cocoon that enveloped them. This is coming together beautifully, Mia commented, a sense of pride swelling in her chest. You two make a fantastic team. Jordan flashed a bright smile. We really do. Maybe we should start a business, Jordan, Mia, and Lily's Magical Beach Creations. I love it. Lily chimed in. Can we sell them to everyone? Mia chuckled, feeling a sense of ease envelop her. Why not? We could even give a portion of the profits to help other kids. That is a great idea, Jordan said, glancing at Mia, appreciation written all over his face. You think of everything. Mia's heart fluttered at his compliment, but she quickly tried to temper the feeling, aware of how easily it could lead to vulnerability. Just trying to teach her the importance of giving back, she replied, her voice steady. The light-hearted mood continued to carry them until Lily, losing interest in decorating, stood up with a determined look. I want to go into the water again, she declared. Okay, but just for a bit, Mia said, glancing at Jordan. Are you coming with us? Absolutely, he replied, rising to his feet. I am ready for round 2. As they splashed back into the water, the coolness felt refreshing against their sun-warmed skin. Mia soon found herself in the moment, laughing and playing, letting the joy of the night wash over her. Lily's shrieks of laughter filled her ears, and Jordan's easy laughter accompanied, creating a symphony of happiness that made the weight of her doubts feel lighter. Watch out! Jordan exclaimed, splashing water in Lily's direction while she squealed and ducked under the waves, her excitement palpable. Don't you get me? Lily shouted, trying to splash back, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Mia stood back, observing the camaraderie between them. There was something intoxicating about the moment, the way Jordan made Lily feel alive and free. But as the waves lapped at her feet, a flash of insecurity flickered inside Mia. Did she belong in this world of laughter and joy? Could she let her guard down and embrace the connection that was forming with Jordan? Mia? Jordan's voice pulled her from her thoughts. Come join us. Just then, Lily called out, Mommy, come play. Her sweet voice tugged at Mia's heartstrings, and she couldn't resist the invitation. Taking a deep breath, Mia waded deeper into the water, splashing playfully at her daughter. All right, I am coming. As they played together, the air filled with laughter, and the weight of the world slipped away. In those moments, Mia felt a flicker of hope, a hope that maybe, just maybe, she could embrace the possibility of love and connection once more. After what felt like hours of joy, they finally emerged from the water, breathless and exhilarated. The salty breeze tousled Mia's hair, and she caught Jordan's eye as he shook the water from his hair, droplets sparkling in the moonlight. "Okay, Sandcastle royalty. What is next?" he asked, his tone light, though she could sense the underlying tension that had been building between them. Mia's heart raced. "I think we should take a break and watch the stars." "Great idea," he said, motioning for Lily to follow. The stars are the true treasure of the beach at night. As they settled on the sand, Lily snuggled between them, creating a cozy little trio. The waves whispered softly, setting a calming backdrop to the evening. Mia gazed up at the vast expanse of stars, feeling a sense of awe wash over her. "They were beautiful, aren't they?" she marveled, her voice barely above a whisper. "Almost as beautiful as you," Jordan said, his tone unexpectedly serious. Mia turned to him, her heart pounding. "What do you mean by that?" "I just mean," he began, his gaze steady, "you shine with a light that brightens this whole beach. It is hard not to notice." Her breath caught, and she felt a rush of warmth flood her cheeks. "Jordan, Mommy, look."